Hello, okay. So I'm doing Hagar and Ishmael, two very important people.
I have these two.
What is that? Ew, I don't want it. You could eat it. Or give it to Danica when she wakes up. Okay? I don't like gummy stuff.
Eat it.
I don't like gummy stuff, honey. I like chocolate. Okay. You could have more. More for you. Alright, so now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, and she had an Egyptian maidservant whose name was Hagar. So Sarai said to Abram, "See now, the Lord has restrained me from bearing children. Please go into my maid. Perhaps I shall obtain children by her." And Abram heeded the voice of Sarai, which, that's not really a good idea. When God makes a promise to you, okay, you don't try to fix it yourself. Then Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife.
Listen to what my mama says.
After Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, well, thank you. So he went into Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress became despised in her eyes. So she felt more important. She thought, well, I can have a kid and you can't. Let me fix this. Ugh, here we go. That's better. I can actually see me. Okay. Then Sarai said to Abram, "My wrong be upon you. I gave my maid into your embrace, and when she saw she had conceived, I became despised in her eyes. The Lord judged between you and me." You know, it's kind of funny that it was her idea, and then she turns around and goes, "Oh, it's your fault." How many people do you know in life do that? They have an idea, and then when it goes sour, they go, "It's someone else's fault. They did it." No, you can look in the mirror. You did it yourself. So Abram said to Sarai, "Indeed, your maid is in your hand. Do to her as you please." What's wrong?
Mom left before I could get my damn water bottle.
Well, call her. And when Sarai dealt harshly with her, she fled from her presence. Now the angel of the Lord found her by a spring of water in the wilderness, by the spring on the way to Shur. And he said, "Hagar, Sarai's maid, where have you come from, and where are you going?" She said, "I am fleeing from the presence of my mistress Sarai." The angel of the Lord said to her, Return to your mistress. Return to your mistress." So isn't that the last thing that she would want to think of? But trust me, it gets better. "And submit yourself under her hand." Then the angel of the Lord said to her, "I will multiply your descendants exceedingly. I will multiply your descendants exceedingly, so that they shall not be counted for multitude." So she just went from a woman with bad luck to having great luck. And the angel of the Lord said to her, "Behold, you are with child, and you shall bear a son. You shall call his name Ishmael, because the Lord has heard your affliction. He shall be a wild man. His hand shall be against every man, and every man's hand against him." That, now, how would you like to have somebody tell you about your children like that? Like they're the worst children ever. "And he dwelt there in the presence of all his brethren." And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren. Excuse me. Then she called on the name of the Lord who spoke to her. "You are the God who sees." For she said, have I also here seen him who sees me? So the thing is, God, he sees you. In your condition, whatever's going on, he sees you. What is that?
Something Mom got from Sam's. Try.
That's good. Thank you.
It tastes kind of like a brownie.
It does. Let's see here.
It tastes like a caramel brownie.
Therefore, the well was called Bir Lahai Roy. Observe, it is between Kadesh and Bered. So Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram named his son, whom Hagar bore, Ishmael. Abram was 86 years old. Can you picture 86 years old?
Yeah.
When Hagar bore Ishmael to Abram. It'd be like Grandpa having a baby.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, like a boy having a baby.
Grandpa.
That's old.
Yeah. So, you know. So here's how the story ends. So Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram named his son, whom Hagar bore, Ishmael. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to Abram. All right, so her story ended good in the sense that she had her baby boy, but then you got to think what's in her mind. She's got to be thinking, look at all of these problems that are going to happen later on.
Yeah.
You know,
Like when he's bigger, what if he lives more longer and starts smoking? Yeah. And you're not supposed to smoke. If any people smoke, then don't do it anymore. If it's addicted to you so much that you don't stop, then throw away all your smokers that are left. And once you throw away one, once you're done smoking, don't litter too. And then love God and pray to God. And we're not Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses.
why you make an evil face about that?
Sheesh.
My child. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, she had an interesting thing happen with, sorry, eating. We had Jehovah's Witnesses coming, to the house and everything, and it was just kind of interesting. So, I talk about it in some of my other videos, but, anyway, that's for another story. So,
And if you don't watch this video, just stop to watch the video. And if anybody is not starting to watch the video when we say this, then they will know because we're just saying it. Maybe God will tell them if they know God, like a Jehovah's Witness, or tell people that don't know God.
What she said. So, think about, how do you relate to Hagar?
Our videos are great. Our videos are great.
They are pretty great. So think about how you relate to Hagar, or anybody else in that story. I luckily can't relate to Hagar in the sense that I've never had anybody tell me, oh, your kids are going to be like this and this and this and this and this bad. I would definitely be praying against that. But, luckily, my kids are really, really good. I never really have any problems with Araya or Annika. I mean, besides Annika being terrible twos, and Araya being almost 7, which sometimes she gets a little cranky, and emotional, but, it's just a prelude to teenagers. So anyway,
I saw you make that weird face. You're like,
you like it?
I like it.
So anyway, just, I don't know, just think about how you feel to that and, all that. So, and I pray that if you guys are having kids that are kind of wild, understand that it's not your fault. Kids make their own decisions. Like this one, trying to poke me.
No, and then I point at you like you're.
So, and I do pray for you. If you're having problems with your kids running wild, I do pray for you. Because as a mom, I cannot even imagine how that would feel. That just, I don't even want to imagine how that would feel. So,
I feel like.
yeah, it would break my heart. So, anyway, I love you guys. I'm praying for you. If your kids are, not being so good, I do. There she is, poking my cheek. What a mess. What a turkey. So, what are you going to do with her? So I'm going to just pray. Do you want to add something?
God loves you. Do not love God. When I say do not love God, that means love God. And if you don't love God, change to loving God. And I hope that everybody likes this video. So do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oh my word. Now I'm shaking for yeah. Lord Jesus. Oh, here we go again. What a mess. See what I live with? So anyway, if you're having a wild kid, I am praying for you. And you're in my prayers, and your kids in my prayers. And I pray for deliverance from Satan in that. So, golly. Okay, goodbye.